Good morning, everyone. It's day 70 of my 60 pounds in 90 days weight loss challenge and day 3 of my water fast. So everyone, I'm making my way through my water fast. I thought I might have to fall back on bulletproof coffee, but I've been able to resist the temptation. And I don't plan on doing it anytime soon because I don't want to interrupt my fasting benefits. Since I'm on day 3, I'm hoping I'm starting to get into autophagy, or autophagy is starting to happen, where my old cells are recycled, little bits of protein and gunk that are stored throughout my body are starting to get used up for calories because I'm not getting any intake. Right now I probably have a boosted metabolism, because initially for the 48 to 72 hours of fasting, you have a boosted metabolism before it realizes that you're not getting any calories and starts to slow back a little bit. Obviously not completely, so I'll still be fat burning as long as I can stay in a fasted state. And I'm still using my waters and flavorings to get me throughout the day. I drank another gallon of water yesterday, so I'm going to continue to try to drink a gallon of water a day. I think it's keeping me, keeping my toxins flowing out of my body and keeping my stomach a little bit full, and also giving me something to drink. And feels kind of like eating. You're getting your oral fixation with eating kind of covered by drinking water. So that's what I'm doing. I'm drinking water. I had 2 cups of black coffee yesterday, so I'm still willing to drink black coffee. I'm still willing to drink green tea. I am willing to drink drinks with artificial sweeteners in them, but I'm limiting them severely. In fact, the only artificial sweeteners that I've had so far are the artificial sweeteners that are in Propel, and the only reason I was drinking that was for the electrolyte benefit. So I had 2 little packets of Propel. You can buy that at the grocery store. You can buy it at Walmart. That's where I got mine. I think it was like $2 for 10 packets, and it has all the electrolytes in it. So I just drank a couple of those. In the middle of the night last night, I got up to go to the bathroom, and I did start breathing a little bit heavy. My heart was kind of racing, and I was breathing a little bit heavy. And I just went back and laid down, and after a couple minutes that was gone. So I don't know if I stood up too fast and my electrolytes are a little bit off. I also had been drinking some peppermint water, and the peppermint is supposed to give you energy. So maybe maybe my heart was racing from that. I don't know. I'm going to cut back on that a little bit while I don't have any food in my system, just because I didn't really like that feeling. I woke up this morning and everything seems fine. About the hunger. I do get hungry, and if I wait a little while, I'm still hungry. No, it's not that bad. Hunger, I'm constantly want something to eat a little bit, so if I'm not doing something and I'm thinking about it, then I want to eat. But as long as I'm not thinking about it and I'm keeping myself busy, I do get hungry a couple times during the day, and a little while later it's barely noticeable. So there's not much hunger that I'm having to deal with, really. The worst part is smelling other people's food, and then, of course, it makes me want to eat. But I have an end goal in sight, so that's what keeps me motivated. And knowing that it's almost like a ketogenic state. When you get into ketosis, and then you see these carbs, you're like, oh, I really want to eat those, but I know if I do, it's going to knock me out of ketosis, and it's going to be hard to get back to this point, right? So it's kind of like associating those carbs with the pain of getting back into ketosis keeps you motivated to stay in ketosis, right? And that's kind of like what's happening with me right now, knowing that if I eat something, I gotta go through 3 days of fasting to get back to where I am right now, and to get to the health benefit stage of where I'm at right now keeps me from eating even just a little bit, because I want these health benefits, right? They're anti-carcinogenic. The autophagy, cleaning out my system. They say that it's good for eczema, which I get little keto rashes here and there, so it is supposed to be good for eczema. And so there's just so many benefits to fasting. It's supposed to be the best thing possible to get you back out of an insulin resistant state and get you back to being more insulin sensitive. I'm going to have to do a whole video on the benefits of fasting, but they're so numerous that I can't even remember them all. So so I don't want to reverse course. I want to stay in a fasted state as long as I can, so I can start clearing out all this gunk that's built up in my body over the last 35 years and get myself to the healthiest state possible. So associating the pain of getting back to where I am as a fasted state has kept me from having my bulletproof coffees and kept me from having any food at all. You know, I have my little vitamin. I was even wondering, I was like, I wonder if I should be taking my fish oil, because I know that fish oil has a few calories in it, but it's such a small amount, and the omega-3s are such a big benefit. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing my fish oil supplement. But other than that, no calories. I mean, there might be a couple calories in my Propel because of the binders and the things that they put in it to keep it fluid, which is why I'm trying not to drink any of those mix-ins anymore either. You know, I used to drink those mix-ins all the time. I used to get the Weiler's Light and everything, and I like them, but it's just too much artificial stuff in there, and the binders have trace amounts of carbs in them and everything. So I've really tried to cut back on those. Anyway, so I'm feeling pretty good. I still have plenty of energy. I got to go to work tonight, and I don't feel like it's going to hinder me at all. My attitude hasn't been too bad. You know, my wife did mention at one time, she's like, I think you need to eat, but actually I think she doesn't know what she's talking about. I was acting perfectly fine. So anyway, hopefully I can keep on fasting, and I'll see you tomorrow. Here's my weigh-in for today. 247.4.